Okay, part 2 of today's session. Part 1 was making sure her rear end is as desensitized as I am hoping I have achieved. So we threw lariats on her rear end and up on her rump, and she did fantastic. And I've been on her, and I've taken some steps, but not much, because I could tell the back end was not what I wanted it to be, so I did a lot of work to fix that. And I use a McCarty, whatever you want to call it. You gonna bring it down? Thank you. More. Good girl. I like to teach horses to put their bridles on themselves. They should put their head down and open their mouth and take the bit and wait for you to slide this. Yeah, I know my horses are back there. Wait for you to slide this over their ears. Okay, perfect fit. I'm not going to tuck the McCarty in my belt because I don't want to take the extra step when I get on her of getting that where it ought to be. Yeah, I don't like that very much. Oh well. Okay, do some quick bridle work. Direct and indirect reins to talk to shoulders and feet. And rear, shoulders and hips. The shoulders are my steering wheel. The hips are my gas pedal and brakes. In this case, you take away the hips in what's called disengagement of the rear end, or turn on the forehand. Bottom line is asking the back end to cross over for an emergency stop. At this point in her career, the single most important thing I can ask this horse to do, especially if there's any kind of movement disorder. That's right, I called it a movement disorder. Last thing before you mount, check your girth, which was two holes too loose at least. Now we can tuck all of our latigos up where they belong. I like to let them hang down and dangle. So I've got these 7 words. I want to develop a common language between us because this exercise is a communication exercise between 2 sentient beings with different roles. The role of master, the role of servant, the decision maker, the doer. I need you to wash the windows today, please. Okay, I'm going to wash the windows today. Okay, could you now polish the silverware? Yes, sir, I'll go polish the silverware. And then the question, Master, what would you like to eat for lunch today? Oh, thinking so much about me that you're wondering what I want from you. Very nice. So, these 7 words, the first one I cannot duplicate on the ground. I just demonstrated the second one, which is stop with 1 rein. Although that was not disengagement, that was just stop. Halt. Thank you. Good. She's reaching for me with her muzzle. She's actually asking, could we please quit? But she's doing it in a very kind way. Your horse is going to talk to you It's our job to listen minutely. Open your ears that thou might hear. Okay? She is talking to you. Listen up. Acknowledge the little things, because if you don't hear, when somebody wants your attention, they whisper to you, then they talk to you, then they get louder and louder, and pretty soon they are yelling at you. Now they're screaming and jumping up and down. All because you aren't listening. You've got your back turned, or you just don't care. So, number one is go. That's the first common word we need. It's with my legs when I'm in the saddle. I can't duplicate that here. I mean, I could tap her there, but I don't bother taking the time to teach that on the ground. So, go. This is my ground go signal, which isn't working. Okay. So that's the go signal. And we got the stop signal. Very easy, simple pressure. And then the back signal, which is you don't let go with the stop signal. Yes, good girl. Now we have a word for each of the 4 feet. So there's 7 common words the two of you need to completely agree on. Go, stop, back, and then you need to have a word for each foot for lateral movement. Okay? So this is the word. It's called a direct rein for the left front foot. Normally I do this when she's moving, but it's easier to see. There's the word for the left front foot. It's a direct rein, which means I'm going to put tension. If I were in the saddle, it's direct reining or two-handed or plow reining, whatever you want to call it, but it's direct rein pressure straight back toward your hip bone or a little open. Okay, so if I pick up this rein and I put very gentle pressure, I'm asking for this right foot. This step, 1 step to the right. And she's got her weight on her left because she did that, and she's actually very stiff right now. So I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to wait for her to make a decision. I don't care how long this takes. Now I might provide her with an intention step, like a kiss. She's softening a tiny bit, so I'm taking it up more because she's taking away the softness as soon as she yields there. And there goes the weight shift, and there's the right front foot. And that's, I'm going to, where's the camera? I'm going to back her up so you can see this. Okay, so that direct rein talks to the front feet. The indirect rein, which is diagonal tension. The direct rein comes straight back toward your same size hip or open a little bit. A indirect rein closes but is diagonal so that the line of tension is to your other hip. Okay, and so you close this hand and kind of twist it a little bit to pull that rein in that direction. And what that does is shifts from left front to left rear. So if I take this rein and instead of opening and pulling direct here, I bring it across like this, you're going to see this left rear foot step across like that. It's called an indirect rein. If you're in the saddle and they're moving forward, it's also called a one rein stop or disengagement because you are literally disengaging your rear end. If this is your engine and you do this, your engine is off. So it's the opposite of engaging the rear end. It's disengaging the rear end. And then so the 7th word is the other rear end. Indirect rein, talking to the right rear right now. We're looking for a crossover. And there it goes. So now I'm going to do a bunch of those while she's moving. I call this bridle work before I get on. This is how I teach them proper response to the reins. This is my shoulder exercise where I'm talking to the left shoulder, but I'm pulsing the rein in timing with her foot movement. Okay, now I'm going to switch this from left front foot to left rear foot. And you can see when I first came back here, I'm getting tail swishing. My proximity to her rear end resulted in tail swishing. She's telling me she doesn't like me back there. She's still not what I want her to be. I'm going to get on her anyhow, but she's telling me I'm not as comfortable with you back there as you think I am. So, anyhow, and also it looked to me like she was avoiding, if you go back and look at that, a couple of times this stepping across like this, she stepped this sideways, and I think she was doing that so she still had the opportunity to commit that foot. If you go like this, you have all that weight on it, you can't, but if you go like this, you have the option to commit that foot. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, this is working the right shoulder, talking to the right front foot. This is my steering wheel. I want some good steering. And then I'm going to go to the rear end, disengage. I got some tail swishing too. That did not seem the same kind though. As a matter of fact, I think I got some when I was just over there, but that's her bad side. And I know she's had a lot of trouble with me working on that side. Although I've mounted her over there. Oh well, okay. She's good to go. So now you look at this horse and you go, is this horse calm, relaxed, and thoughtful and ready for me to get on? Absolutely. Look at that. Now it's hot and humid. Hell yeah. But still, a good girl. That's a horse that's ready to be mounted. Mentally fit. Not worried, not excited. Good girl. I don't want to mount you over there though, honey. I got the mounting block over here. Come on. You gonna come back with me? Or is that a one-way ticket? We're gonna do a little bit of this. Up and down and moving around. And then I'll get that stuff off you, hose you down, and we can both get drinks. Is that a good deal? Will you take that? Good. 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 That's a horse ready to learn. Right there. If you watch my other videos where I'm mounting young horses for the first time or the second or third, I have a ritual. Like, this is a tall horse, a big girl. I'm a short guy. I can mount her from the ground, but during early training, I don't want to spoil her by putting pressure on the sides of her withers and stuff. I want to mount her in a good, comfortable spot for both of us. So the step one to stand still at the mounting block is, I shall stand on the mounting block and I shall pet thy rump and count to 10 and thou shalt not move. Because I really want to desensitize this, and this horse especially. If I'm swinging my leg over for the first time and it scrapes right there, and you haven't touched that spot much, you're going to have some movement disorder. Yep. So yeah, I put half my weight in the left stirrup to get them used to some weight, and I count to 10. With half my weight in thine left stirrup, we shall count to 10, thou shalt not move. My third 10-second rule is, my butt shall hit this saddle. We shall count to 10. I will never ask you to move until I count to 10, thou shalt not move. When my energy comes up, thou shalt move. Now, we actually haven't done much straight ahead yet, because I have a tendency to pick up a rein, and she has a tendency to back, and then I disengage her. It's really kind of funky. Okay, anyhow. Then rein and mane. I want to tilt this nose ever so slightly toward me. She's really stiff in her front end right now, which is not a good thing. She's got her jaw and her head and neck really tight. So I'm going to pull the head around. There. And I want to soften her head up. In her defense, we might be standing still too much and she's half asleep. So, I don't know. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I'm rushing that a little bit. Pick up the left rein, grab a little rein and mane, and throw the leg over. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the best she's ever done. She was doing a lot of auto backing in the past. So what reward would I give her? Because this is the best she's ever done. The best reward I could give her. Get off the freaking horse. To tell her, good girl. And let her think about that just a little bit. Little tail swish. The act of mounting is active leadership. I'm bugging you. Asking you to do things for me that you might not want to do. Like bear my weight. This is passive leadership. Think about it. Accept it. So we're going to change spots. It's always good to move your horse around in between things, in between mounting young horses. Because, let me tell you, the first steps a horse takes under saddle are very important. If they are locked up in tense, they're very emotional and full of anxiety, and you ask for the first step, one of those first 3 steps is generally going to be not fun for you. So you want to get rid of that anxiety, diffuse the anxiety, diffuse any defensiveness. I don't get the buck out of horses. I get them so they don't feel a need to buck. I like that better. Okay, now, actually, right there, I'm picking up the left rein, and instead of yielding laterally, I had it a little open. She backed, and that's okay. That wasn't a mistake. That was pressure backwards. She just can't differentiate yet between lateral and back pressure. Maybe I need to open that rein a little more, eh? Be more clear to her. I skipped the first 10 seconds, didn't I? Yeah, well. Okay, so I'm going to open this rein a little, and she's already got her neck bent, but I want it a little more left. I'm waiting for her. She's thinking. You can see the ears. There goes a little softening, but she took it away again. She's unsure what I want right there. So I'm going to stay with it until I get that. Yeah, I can see you're a little confused right there. Which is fine. Come on. My saddle's already leaning. I guess I need to mount from the other side a few times too. Except I really haven't been mounting. Okay, let's see if we can get this little neck bend going here. Good, I'll take that. I don't care the reason why. Okay, I had too much back pressure, so she started to back. This is my fault. I'm going to bring her head around. I got to watch the mounting block. I don't want her running into that. And I'm going to ask for her left front foot so we can avoid this mounting block. Oh my. My McCarty is too long on that side. She might step through it. Okay, I am going to ask for a back step and a side step, like that. There we go. Now I'm going to ask for a left forward step. There we go. She feels good to me. Nope. You're okay. No. She's thinking about biting my toe. So I'm tapping on her. I'm going to hold on to this left rein, closing my right leg as well. There we go. Those are lateral forward steps. I will take that and get off. Getting off, the more times you get off, the better her anxiety can come down. And yours too. If you have any anxiety doing this, hell yeah. Let's get your anxiety down too. Huh. Both of us. You're done. You're like, it's too hot out here, dude. I know, I hear you. We'll do a couple more. You're doing great. I love the way she feels in my hands. About as relaxed. Well, actually, she's a little too relaxed. Nearly shut down relaxed. Which means she might not be thinking very much, but she's certainly not defensive at all. Although right there she switched her tail at me again. You're pretty funny. You like to hide yourself. But your tail gives you away, doesn't it? You're not as down in terms of anxiety as I think. You just like to hide it. There you go. I just asked her to square up there. If the horse presents their forehead to you, whatever you're doing, pet it. The horse is thinking about you at that time. Even if they're reaching back. Now I know she reached back here and was wanting to bite my foot and I didn't pet her forehead. And it's because I don't want to get myself out of a good solid position. But once she gets going, if she ever reaches back here to bite my toe, I'm just going to pet her forehead. And even though she's not thinking nice thoughts about me, she's still thinking about me. Eventually, your horse will reach its head around to be petted. What a brilliant, beautiful thing. Here we go. Your lateral came after. Don't bite me. She's reaching. I can feel her thinking about grabbing my leg with her teeth. So I need to diffuse that. Wow. Yeah. Sorry. Yes, I don't blame you for swishing your tail at me for that. Okay. Let's try that again. Wrong one. There we go. That's what I wanted. Right there. There we go. The reason why I want that head coming around is I want the neck muscles to already be relaxed. Because if a bad thing happens, if she loses herself, I can pick this left hand straight up and disengage the rear end. Disengaging the rear end shuts the engine off. I'm going to come step to the right. Can't step to the left because that mounting block's in the way. Oh, I don't want her stepping the rear end into it, so I actually have to ask her to back. Well, that'll work. I know. Here we go. Here we go. I don't bring my legs on a horse right away, both legs. A young horse, it can make him feel trapped on both sides, and there's only one way out, and that's up. So I ask a lateral step. If I ask for a turn, it's a forward movement. Watch her legs. As she turns, there's forward steps. So this is forward. Okay, and you can see what's resulting from it. Forward movement. It started out laterally, and what's really nice is I've got a hold of a rein, but as soon as she stops on her own, I put tiniest pressure, I'm going to step off this horse. Why? Passive leadership. That was perfect. That, matter of fact, it's hot out here, and that was so perfect. It wasn't much, but it goes down as perfect. Because it was perfect, let's get this bridle off. The ultimate passive leadership quit. Want to learn more about passive leadership? Read yourself some, Whole Heart, Whole Horse, Horses Never Lie. Oh, how did I forget his name right now? He emphasizes passive leadership, I believe, almost as a knee-jerk, it's not a knee-jerk, but figure of speech, to overuse of active leadership to the exclusion of passive leadership, basically chasing horses around in round pens, Monty Roberts style. You know, I shouldn't say that, probably I could get sued, but whatever. You don't want to chase horses around without any passive leadership opportunities to learn and think. That's my opinion. So look up the author of Whole Heart, Whole Horse, and Horses Never Lie. And his stories will teach you all about the power of passive leadership. I contend that if you add active leadership with passive leadership at the same time, it's about 10 times more powerful than doing either one of them individually. Plus, it builds a relationship. Active leadership does not build a positive relationship. That was really nice. Appreciate that. You know what? I'm going to let you carry this. Why should I carry this? Yeah. If I need a drink, that means you need a drink, and I need a drink. Water. Yeah, that's my story. Yo, what do I want down here? What am I doing down here? You're not even paying attention. You're like asleep. Okay. You're on heat shutdown mode. Okay. Come on. Good. And if we're lucky, we have some battery remaining. So we actually got all that filmed. We'll find out. Yep.